So, Elon Musk just dropped a bombshell of a plan, and honestly, it sounds like something straight out of science fiction. Today, we're going to break down how he's planning to build a single AI that could, in theory, replace the function of entire companies.
And look, that's not me exaggerating. That's a direct quote from the man himself. The ambition here is to create something he's cheekily calling Macrohard, designed to run massive operations all by itself. I mean, the scale is just almost impossible to wrap your head around.
So, the big question is this just, classic Elon dreaming up sci fi stuff? Or are we looking at the actual blueprint for the next massive revolution in how we all get work done? Let's unpack the tech and see what's really happening here. So he calls it Macrohard, or the more official name, Digital Optimus. And you gotta understand, this is not just some idea on a whiteboard. It's a real joint venture between his AI company, xAI, and Tesla. This is a real project, and they're putting serious resources behind it.
Okay, so how on earth does this thing actually work? Well, the entire system is built on this really clever partnership between two different but deeply connected AI brains. And this two-part structure, that's the real key to its power.
The whole design actually kind of mirrors how our own brains work, with two different ways of thinking. First, you've got Grok. Grok is the thinker, what scientists call System 2 thinking. It's the master conductor, the strategist that understands the big picture and plans out complex steps. And then you have Digital Optimus. That's the doer, or System 1. It's all about instinct and action, processing what's on your screen right now and just executing, clicking the mouse, typing on the keyboard instantly.
Let's make this real. Imagine filing an expense report. Digital Optimist is humming along right on your machine, just flying through all the standard entries. But then it hits a weird line item, maybe a vendor name it doesn't recognize. It doesn't guess. Instead, it instantly pings Grok up in the cloud. Grok uses its massive understanding of the world to figure it out, makes a judgment call, sends the answer back, and boom, Digital Optimus executes the command and just keeps on going. It's so elegant and ridiculously fast.
But here's the thing. This isn't just another AI agent. The real, and I mean real, game changer here is where all this work happens. And that one little detail changes everything about the speed and the cost of AI labor. You see, right now, pretty much every AI agent out there works in this kind of clunky way. It takes a screenshot of your screen, zips it off to some giant data center, waits for the AI to figure out what to do, and then sends the command all the way back to your computer. Every single click is a slow, super expensive round trip to the cloud. Digital Optimus completely flips that on its head. Almost all of the processing happens locally right there on a chip inside your Tesla. It's watching your screen in real time with basically zero lag. It only has to ping the cloud when it needs that deep System 2 thinking from Grok. This makes it way faster and radically cheaper. And just how much cheaper are we talking? Well, the chip that powers all this, the Tesla AI4, it costs about $650. Now, when the hardware is that cheap and it's already being installed in millions of cars, the cost to do a digital task like filling out one of those forms, it just plummets to basically the cost of electricity. Okay, but if you think that's wild, hold on, because this all builds into something so much bigger. This next part of the plan is where it gets truly mind-bending. It's the secret that ties together Tesla's cars, their robots, and this new digital agent. Here is the secret sauce to the entire strategy. They are not building three different AIs. They are building one single, unified AI brain that's going to be used across three totally different bodies. So, body number one is the Tesla car itself. This is where the AI learns to see and navigate the real, messy physical world, processing visual data from millions and millions of miles being driven every single day. Body number two, that's the Optimus humanoid robot. And get this, it's the exact same AI brain that's now learning to use hands and legs to interact with physical objects and walk around a factory floor. And finally, body number three is Digital Optimus. Here, that very same brain is learning to see and navigate the digital world, not by looking at a road, but by watching a computer screen, identifying buttons, filling out forms, and figuring out workflows to get office work done. It's all the same brain. And this right here, this creates an absolutely insane learning flywheel. Think about it. When the AI gets better at spotting a stop sign in a blizzard for the car, it also gets better at recognizing a weirdly designed button on a confusing website for Digital Optimus. Why?
Because the core skill of processing visual data and understanding context is the same. Every bit of data from driving, from robot tasks, and from digital work, it all feeds back into one unified model, making the whole system smarter all at once. So if that wasn't massive enough, the vision expands even further. We're not just talking about software anymore. We're talking about building a completely vertical, integrated system for artificial intelligence, from the sand they use to make the chips all the way to satellites in orbit.
I mean, the scale here is almost cosmic. The plan is to control the whole pipeline. It starts on the ground with a terafab to build their own custom AI chips from scratch. Then they deploy those chips to the edge into millions of cars and robots. Then they use SpaceX's Starlink to connect that entire global fleet into one network. And the endgame? Well, it's almost unbelievable. A data center in orbit running on solar-powered satellites with free energy and free cooling.
So what you end up with is this planetary-scale distributed AI supercomputer. It's not one big data center, no. Instead, picture a network where every parked Tesla, every idle Optimus robot, every single supercharger station becomes a little piece of the puzzle, a node that can be used for compute. It's a genius move, really, building this unprecedented AI network on the back of infrastructure that's already being built for other reasons. Okay, let's bring this all back down from orbit for a second. What does all of this actually mean for us? For our jobs? Let's get practical and look at the disruptive impact this could have on the future of work. When you look at the economics, it's pretty stark. A human worker doing digital tasks might cost, say, 50 grand a year plus benefits, and they work about 8 hours a day. Digital Optimus runs on a one-time $650 chip. It works 24/7, takes no breaks, and only costs a few bucks in electricity. The cost per task just plummets to nearly zero. And look, we're not talking about some far-off theoretical jobs here. We're talking about the bread and butter of so many office roles today. Any work that's done on a screen, that's repeatable, that follows a process, data entry, scheduling, managing emails, even generating reports and analysis. It is all squarely in the crosshairs of this technology. So, the crucial question this leaves all of us with isn't really if this change is coming, but when. It forces us all to ask ourselves, what parts of my job are repeatable? And how can I adapt to a future where AI agents like this become a fundamental part of the workforce? Is your work ready for what they're calling the agentic age?